Alright guys, so in light of how good Int Janemba's EZA was, I wanted to go ahead and rainbow all of the remaining EZA units that I did not yet have rainbowed. So that was the AGL and Physical Ultimate Gohan, Int Cell, as well as the SCR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, the OG. Alright, so let's go ahead and rainbow Int Cell and we'll take him into event. By the way, about Physical Ultimate Gohan, turns out I was reading his passive wrong. So that's definitely an L on your boy right there. Alright, so let's just go ahead and rainbow our boy Int Cell here. And we'll test him out on some events. Int Cell is really good. Some people think he's better than TEQ Cell. I think TEQ Cell is a little better than Int Cell, especially since TEQ Cell heals on Super Attack, which can be very, very helpful. But this Int Cell is very, very good. He is no slouch. So again, he's on many category teams now, by the way. Like, let's go take a look at it. I think he's on 5 category? Yeah, 5 category teams. Quite a bit. So let's go ahead and test him out. We'll take a look at him on a couple of these teams and see how good he works overall now. Alright guys, so I think the revived Warrior team probably would be the best output we could get out of Cell. The best fitting team for him, however, may be his Android category team. That still is a very good sort of environment for Cell himself. And of course, you know, there's so many different forms of Cell. Now, you could pretty much build like a full Cell team between, you know, Perfect Cell, Perfect Form Cell, you know, you got the LR Cell, which is Cell Juniors plus Cell, you know, and then we don't really have like a viable first form or second form Cell. And I feel like they easily could give us that, right? Like, you know, look how good... I mean, again, a lot of people don't like the Int transforming Goku Black. I think he's solid. Like, he's definitely not the best unit they've ever released, but he's not bad either. I would not say that at all. But they could give us a transforming first form Cell. So that, you know, that would fill in a slot like, boom, now we have a really strong first form Cell, you know, who would then just slowly transform as the fight goes on. That's definitely something we could get knocked out at some point. We do have that pretty solid second form Cell who's a support type unit, but you guys know what I mean. Like, we could get like another version of that second form Cell who could be decent. Now this is good. Okay, the thing about this Int Cell, one reason people really like him now is he stack greatly raises his attack on every super attack. So what that means is every time Int Cell supers, he gets 50% extra attack, which is really good. And again, that stacks. Like, it's not, you know, for one turn or anything. Like, he's just going to continually buff himself with that 50% on super attack. So we're just, you know, in longer fights, he's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger, which is cool, right? Now, one issue with our boy Cell here is going to be his links. Cell's links are not the greatest. I mean, this is not a problem just for Int Cell, though, right? Like, TEQ Cell, who you guys know I love. I always am like, yeah, TEQ EZA Cell is incredible. Damn, 3.2, by the way. Whoa. Alright, LR Majin Vegeta. But I'm always, you know, sucking off TEQ Cell, talking about how fantastic he is. But he has the exact same link set as Int Cell. So, you know, that's a problem that both of them have. If they had, like, shocking speed, it would help out so much. But only the STR Perfect Cell has shocking speed, unfortunately. So again, we're just going to keep this going right here. Let's have our boy Int Cell continue to stack up that super attack. So last turn he was at, what was it, 1.55? So let's see how much he jumped up to for a second super attack. 1.68. And again, as you guys are going to see, like, he's just going to get stronger and stronger every turn. It's very helpful we got him on the first turn, too. That will allow us to see, you know, really how strong he can get his attack set. Now, TEQ Cell, I've used him so many times, so I can tell y'all, TEQ Cell is usually sitting somewhere around 1.8 million. Depending on how many orbs you can get him a little higher than that, too, into like 2 million, 2.1 million, especially when, like, Big Bad Bosses is active, right? So, by the time we're getting to 3 or 4 super attacks for Int Cell, I think he's going to, at that point, start to be able to match the output that our boy what's his name? TEQ Cell is going to be able to do. Plus, the other thing, too, like, if we're going to think about using INT and TEQ Cell on, let's say, the Android category team with LR Cell, occasionally you're going to want to prioritize giving the orbs to LR Cell to make sure he gets his 18-key super, right? Well, TEQ Cell is also hungry for orbs. So you could just rock INT Cell, who, in the right situation, is not going to need that much key, right? Like, on the Android category team, there is no, like, struggle for key at all. So, INT Cell is not going to have any problem over there. And, it could be more beneficial that, he's basically going to start the turn with a super attack, custom ready over on the Android team. Whereas, on the Revived Warrior team or a lot of these other teams, INT Cell, you might have to work a little bit for him to get his super attack, right? So that's one thing to consider. But again, it's similar problems that TEQ Cell also has. The two units are very similar. All right, so this probably is going to be the high point that I think we're going to see Cell in this video. Will he be able to crack 2 million right here? Maybe. I also could... Alright, instead, I'm going to have Kid Buu go first. The reason I'm going to do that is if Kid Buu gets super attacked, or takes a lot of damage right here, okay, perfect, just like this, we can activate Big Bad Bosses, so we can really see how good INT Cell's attack stat can be. Very good. So let's see what our boy INT Cell can do. This is his 4th super attack, I believe, right? Plus Big Bad Bosses. 2.2. That's man. I love it. I love how INT Cell was a joke. Like, he was pretty much the very first Dokkan Awaken unit in the game. Like, he was in the first couple, right? Like, because there was a Broly Dokkan event, and then the Cell Dokkan event followed that. And, of course, you had the INT Cell, who got his Dokkan Awakening when TEQ Cell came out. And this man, after his EZA, is now getting a 2 million attack stat. Like, that's very impressive. All right, let's not just settle for seeing what he can do on the Revived Warrior team. Let's also look at him in a couple different other situations on some of these other category teams. Because, again, he's on 5 teams. Might as well see how he fits on a couple of them. Alright guys, so here we're rocking the Android category team. We got the INT Cell in the first slot. We got LR Cell here in slot 2. And then we've also got the free-to-play Android 21, who of course is very good at the healing. Now, here's the thing, right? With INT Cell on this rotation with LR Cell rather than the TEQ Cell, I am able to, like, save up a lot of the orbs and just give them to LR Cell, right? So it's easier to hit his 18-key super. 1.5 million, by the way. So the Revived Warrior category team does certainly seem to be the place to go for, like, INT Cell getting his highest attack stat. But he does look pretty good on this Android category team. It's easy from the super. He does have offensive and defensive capabilities, and you don't have to really give him orbs like you do for TEQ Cell. So there's definitely a case to be made for INT Cell, no doubt about it. But I do love that healing that the TEQ EZA Cell has. Let's also try and get the other rotation, if possible, with the World Tournament Reward Cell. Alright guys, so this is a pretty good Cell rotation right here. The only thing is Janemba is very low on health. So what I actually want to do is, I believe INT Cell does actually get a little bit more attack power from being in between the two units, because the TEQ Cell does share Kamehameha, I believe, with the INT Cell. So hopefully, I'm gonna be so frustrated. Okay. I'm going to be so frustrated if TEQ Cell gets, like, an additional super or a crit normal and finishes Janemba off. But this could be a pretty good rotation for INT Cell. And again, here's the point right here. If we were TEQ Cell right now, I would want to get all of these STR orbs, right? But INT Cell has already got his super attack, so I can just do this, and then boom. Now LR Cell can get this huge chunk of orbs and get his 18-key super, which is really nice. Very good. Yes, okay, perfect, okay. Plus, ooh, 2 million. That's with Big Bad Bosses active, too, by the way, obviously. So, INT Cell definitely capable of putting up some good numbers on the Android category. Whoa, 3.5. Whoa, LR Cell. Goodbye, Janemba. Ah! Alright guys, and here we are over on the Time Traveler team, the new INT transforming Goku Black. I figured, we'd do the INT cell plus the LR cell again. The LR cell was made, to be linked up with any of the other perfect cells, the INT, TEQ, or SCR1, so really, any chance to make that a rotation, it does work out rather well. Plus, of course, we also have the Supreme Opie of Time here, hopefully giving her 40% attack buff, but I don't know that there's any way to know for sure, besides the, looking at the numbers, if it's active. So we're up to 1.5 million. I believe that's the third super attack that INT cell has gotten, and then there is the fourth super attack that INT cell has gotten. So, I could see if some people wanted... Oh, this will be interesting. How much damage will he take from a super attack from Ultimate Gohan right here, who is still a category boss battle? Okay, about 100k. All right. Yeah, so that's the thing. One thing I do like is really any category boss battle is sort of relevant with all of the category teams, right? Like, you could still do, like, these bosses that came out a year ago, and they're still, sort of a challenge, right? Like, you can't really do a 120% event anymore and, like, really expect a challenge. Like, category teams just absolutely walk through those, right? But, like, all of the category bosses, because they were designed with the 150% meta in mind, 150% and up, right? We can still run all of those. So INT Cell took basically 100k from that super attack, which is a sizable amount. So let's go ahead and take a look at this INT Cell. I'm pleased with what we saw from him today. He's definitely a unit who could be very good for Dokkan Battlefield. He could be very good in Super Battle Road. There's definitely places where he will be very valuable. So this is Ceaseless Terror, Perfect Cell. His leader skill used to be all types attack 30%. Now it's all types key 2 and HP attack and defense 50%. So a gigantic upgrade right there. His super attack is the Solar Kamehameha, which used to do supreme damage. Now it greatly raises attack, which is a 50% attack buff, and does supreme damage to the enemy. If this guy had immense as well, at that point he probably would be better than TEQ Cell, because I think his damage would probably overshadow TEQ Cell too much. But again, TEQ Cell with that heal on super attack is still incredibly valuable. So INT Cell's passive Ultimate Battle Form used to be attack and defense 40% at the start of turn. Now it's attack and defense 90% at the start of turn. He recovers 20% HP whenever health falls below 30%. Which certainly could be a useful ability. Again, I'm thinking more along the lines of Super Battle Road. I think that could be a very valuable ability, like, Extreme INT Super Battle Road. Here's the thing, right? Like, when Super Battle Road first came out, everyone is like, oh my god, it's impossible, stupid, how could they? This was just catered for whales, ridiculous. But now, like, let's look at the Extreme INT Super Battle Road, shall we? You have Janemba, who is a 3-year-old unit, who is now, like, in the discussion for best, like, Extreme INT unit in the game. You could probably make the case that Janemba is one of the best INT units in the game overall right now. You have the LR Prime Battle Super Saiyan Vegeta, completely free to play. And you have this cell, who, again, if you have had an account for a year, 2 years, 3 years, coming up on 4 years now, you would have pulled this guy at least once, for sure. So, like, Dokkan is doing a very good job of turning old units into relevant units in the meta again, or giving us very, very solid free-to-play units. You could easily, I think, beat Extreme INT Super Battle Road with the trio of LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, INT Janemba, and this cell. I do think you would probably need either Angel Golden Frieza, the INT Transforming Goku Black, Kid Buu, or LR Bojack as a leader for the team. But, you can rely on Cell, Janemba, and Super Saiyan Vegeta to get you through the event. And that's big, right? Like, again, these events that are, like, impossible for most players, like, as time goes on, everyone's going to be able to stomp them. Now we're moving on to the category Super Battle Road meta where, things are obviously still incredibly difficult in there. So units that are good in Category Super Battle Road are like premium units in my opinion. But this Cell, he is very good now, no doubt about that. His links are Revival, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Attack of the Clones, Ultimate Life Form, and Fierce Battle. So I believe that's the exact same link set as TEQ EZA Cell. Their link sets really aren't the greatest, but it does work very well with LR Cell. This INT Cell, his 12 key multiplier is 140%, which is, a normal 12 key multiplier really you'd see. If it was 145% or 150%, this Cell would really be getting busy. And then, of course, he is on a staggering 5 category teams here. He's on the Revived Warrior team, which I think probably would be his best team, in terms of damage at least. The Full Power team, I don't particularly like his fit on the Full Power team, because his only key link is Revival. That's no bueno over there. So that's why we didn't really look at him on that team today. He is, of course, on the Android category team, where he fits very, very well. He is also on the Enhanced Transformation team. That's the team, he would definitely work well over there. I could have shown him on that team too. Maybe I could do that, in the future. Or like when looking at another unit, we could, toss the INT Cell onto the team at that point. And then, of course, he is also on the brand new Time Traveler category, where I think, the LR Cell rotation could be very decent with either, SCR Cell, INT Cell, or TEQ Cell. All 3 of them would work good. I would say, for sure, that INT Cell is better than the SCR Perfect Cell. Crazy, I know, but that SCR Perfect Cell, until he gets an Extreme Z Awakening himself, he is definitely a unit that is lagging behind the other cells. He's not bad, he's just not as good, I think, as INT and TEQ Cell. But that SCR Cell, one advantage he does have, though, is he does have shocking speed, which INT and TEQ Cell do not have. So that could be very valuable for this guy whenever he might eventually get an Extreme Z Awakening. And funny enough, I actually am missing one copy of this SCR Cell if I ever wanted to rainbow him. So hopefully in the future he'll come back around. I'll be able to get that last copy. But there we go, guys. INT Cell, very powerful unit. I got no problems rainbowing. Very impressive. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.